Hey everyone, so in this video I'm going to be going through some gameplay with Lilly, and I'm going to be using her in a very common and easily made team, at least an easily made team in my opinion. There's a lot of tunes that could be moved in or out, and the key pieces really are going to be Lilly and Dr. Stevens, the 6-star. Otherwise, the team is very flexible, I think, but it's the type of team that I think almost any player would be able to make based on the characters that are included in it. At this time, folks, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more content and information. So, new setup right now with tunes. We can kind of see the updated version, and you know what, it's not bad. I kind of like the animation of it. I like the way it looks. The downside, I think, is that I have to click on each individual piece, like for the rush, for the active skill, and for the leadership skill or specialist skill, instead of it being right in front of me the whole time. So that part I don't really like, but I understand why they did it as well. It just looks a bit cleaner, I guess. So this is the active skill that got a major upgrade, and I'm really happy they changed this. So they ended up making it an initial cooldown of 2 turns, so that means she can use this on the second turn, and when she uses her active skill, it's now 100% heal reduction instead of only 50%. 100% heal reduction is like a miniature decap that has a time limit, but it's still very effective at putting characters down and keeping them down long enough to actually make an adjustment or to kill the revivers or even to win the match. So this active skill is actually very good, and it makes Lilly to be a much more desirable character. Now, I'm just going to post something that I put on Discord when explaining why I like Lilly. So 50% attack and a huge bonus to AP to blue and yellow makes her a great attack lead. The active skill is a turn 2 active skill with defense down and 100% heal reduction. Helps line up kills, especially for a Rav who can rush a line. So even adding that minus 50% defense to one of those 2 tunes, you're likely going to get a kill. The 100% heal reduction will also prevent them from being able to be revived. So the team that I'm actually going to be showing in the video later on is composed of Lilly, a Rav, Princess, 6-star Dr. Stevens, and a command tune. So it's a pretty simple team to use, and most people have 6-star Dr. Stevens because of the Hellgate. So this team, like Princess has been out for a while, and a Rav as well. Any command really works, and Lilly is going to be a free-to-play tune. So the basic function of a team, you end up attacking with a Rav and Princess first, use Dr. Stevens' active skill, command rush Dr. Stevens, usually on a human shield so that they stop shielding, and attack with Lilly last. This will ensure that the AP goes to a Rav and Princess. Turn 2, use Lilly's active skill to defense down. It isn't a line, it is actually just 2 characters, but you can target one intentionally, and then you can rush a Rav on the line, and hopefully kill at least one character, the character that has minus 50% defense, which will then trigger his follow-up ability. He'll have 100% AP because of his rush. Because you don't have focus, the defense down that you would have applied might have been to a human shield, and if you kill that human shield, it means the whole playing field kind of opens up, so you could end up using Princess's normalize and taunt ability so that you can rush a Rav, or if there's no bide or payback tune, you can rush Princess down a line. And then of course you could command either Princess or a Rav. You can't command rush Lilly, that was a mistake of mine actually, because the active skill only gives 35% AP, so you'd be short unless you had either a 20% weapon to self or 2 8% weapons on the team. So my next comment was in regards to not having a defense down or an attack up tune on my team. I do like using 5-star Victor, for example, because of the minus 50% defense down on his rush, but using Lilly as an attack lead is a huge advantage. The 50% attack and a huge bonus to AP is superior to Harrison, Zoo, as well as Carl. These 3 tunes, I don't have any of them anyway, so getting Lilly is a big advantage for me. So for this Lilly team that I'm running Lilly, Arav, Princess, Dr. Stevens, and Maggie. I have a team player weapon on my Lilly. I have a 20% AP weapon with team player on Arav. I have Princess's natural weapon with team player as well, so that's affecting Arav, Princess, and Lily. Dr. Stevens, I'm running his natural weapon with fast healing. I just find it to be an effective weapon to have. With Maggie, I also have a fast healing weapon with impenetrable defense, just so that she can survive. So now I'm just going to be using this team against a variety of different defenses that I think you could see on defense. So we're seeing a lot of Jackie leads with sometimes double S-Class Trader. So I'm just going to show you guys some gameplay on how you could approach teams like this. Again, the attack team that I'm using, I consider it to be a free-to-play team because Arav and Princess have been around for a while. Dr. Stevens you could have got from the Hellgate event. Maggie is just an example of a yellow command tune. You could use Nick instead. I just like Maggie because her active skill is Recover and Pair, and then her rush can also heal the whole team. We're using Lily because she's a free-to-play tune that everyone can get just by doing the House of Cards event. So this team, as you can see, is pretty effective at defeating the double trader defensive team. Lily is actually pretty decent because even though her rush is 5,000 maim damage and it doesn't kill the opponent's tune, it does help prevent them from healing too much because you lower their base HP. So that can be really effective because their HP can only go so high at this point, and just with the right combination of tunes, if you can get Lily to rush again, well, 10,000 flat damage is a pretty high amount of damage, even on a tanky defensive team. And the only tunes you really expect to see like maim resist mods on would be like a Dr. Stevens or an Arav that's on defense because of their unnatural AP gain. So you don't expect to see like exhaust or maim resist, but specifically maim resist with Lily. So Lily's active skill is actually super helpful. Although it's only to 2 targets and not down a line, it does help set up kills for Arav, for example. And even if you don't get the kill right away, you have the command rush with Arav still. And I just find this team to have a good mix of control as well as power. Please keep in mind that when I'm attacking like this type of team, you might not have the same weapons that I do, but the defensive team probably doesn't have the same weapons either. Like all the tunes that I have are maxed out. They have rings, they have really solid weapons. Their mod set isn't as good as it probably could have been, but it's still a very solid team to run. So just keep that in mind when you start to create a team like this. I wanted to make this as realistic as possible and not try to put in some super expensive weapons. That's why I'm still using Princess's natural weapon. With Lily, the main point is having a team player weapon, which I'm sure many people have tried to craft already. You don't need fast healing on Dr. Stevens or Maggie, really. I would say a lot of people do have impenetrable defense or absolute defense, which is still effective. I know that a lot of people have crafted have used a 20% AP weapon to self for Arav ever since that one Kendema event where you could end up pulling for that Wakizashi. And it's just been known for a few months now that this type of weapon is very solid for Arav. So even if you don't have a 20% AP to self, just upgrading a weapon, even his natural weapon, would be effective because if he rushes and kills with his natural weapon, well, he's healing the whole team by 20%, which would be a great counter towards infection from Mateo or the Trader. So as I mentioned before, there are some tunes that you could sub in different areas. Like Lily is your free-to-play lead. We're going to keep her. Dr. Stevens helps you rush faster, so we're keeping him. But Maggie could be subbed out for Nick, or she could be subbed out even for a different type of command tune. I just like using Maggie because of her active skill and because she kind of fits Lily as a lead. Arav fits in here, but you could end up using a different tune, like if you pulled Storm, for example, or you could use Priya in this position. You could use another princess. You could use a multitude of other tunes, like even AJ could kind of fit into this team, and that would be another source of being able to use Normalize as an example. But there's just a lot of different tunes you could fit in behind Lily as a leader. The buff that they gave Lily really makes her an effective tune to use on a variety of different teams. The 50% attack buff is huge. It's on par with Priya, except Priya is for range tunes, while Lilly is for fast and tough. So just the variety. I guess we can anticipate in the future having one for melee tunes and just other combinations. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching and listening to my video. I hope you guys found this helpful and informative so that it can help you with building some interesting teams once you get free S Class Lilly.